The story of Cleopatra, the seventh Philopatra, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom, is one of ambition, political intrigue, and ultimately tragedy. To understand Cleopatra's life and legacy, we must first delve into the history of the dynasty she inherited. The Ptolemaic dynasty emerged from the ashes of Alexander the Great's vast empire. Ptolemy I Soter seized control of Egypt and established a dynasty that ruled for nearly 3 centuries. The Ptolemies skillfully blended Greek culture with Egyptian traditions. Alexandria, founded by Alexander the Great, served as the Ptolemaic capital and a center of learning and commerce. Cleopatra's life was shaped by this tumultuous political landscape. She proved to be a shrewd and ambitious ruler, navigating Ptolemaic politics with remarkable skill. The rise of Rome posed a significant threat to the Ptolemaic kingdom. Cleopatra's reign was intertwined with the ambitions of powerful Roman generals.
I was born in 69 BC, the daughter of Ptolemy XII Auletes, a pharaoh known more for his love of luxury than his leadership qualities. My mother is believed to have been Cleopatra V Tryphena, Ptolemy XII's sister wife. My upbringing in the royal court exposed me to the complexities of Ptolemaic politics and the splendor of Alexandria.
Cleopatra likely received an education befitting her royal status. She would have been fluent in several languages, including Egyptian, Greek, and Latin. She was also schooled in philosophy, rhetoric, mathematics, and astronomy, renowned for her sharp wit and diplomatic skills. In 51 BC, Cleopatra ascended to the throne jointly with her 10-year-old brother, Ptolemy XIII.
However, my reign was immediately threatened by my brother's advisors. I was forced to flee to Rome.
This exile would prove to be a turning point in Cleopatra's life. It would bring her face to face with Julius Caesar, the most powerful man in Rome.
The Ptolemaic court was a hotbed of intrigue and power struggles, and despite my royal lineage and intelligence, I faced an uphill battle to consolidate my power. My marriage to my younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, was a marriage of convenience, orchestrated to maintain a semblance of stability in the kingdom. However, I was not content to be a mere figurehead.
Cleopatra possessed a keen intellect, a strong will, and a deep understanding of the political landscape. She skillfully navigated the treacherous waters of the Ptolemaic court, forming alliances, outmaneuvering rivals, and asserting her authority. She understood the importance of maintaining the facade of Egyptian tradition while also wielding the power and influence that came with her position. Her charisma and intelligence, coupled with her royal lineage, made her a formidable force to be reckoned with. However, her ambitions and her attempts to centralize power did not sit well with everyone. The court was divided, with factions vying for influence over the young king.
My relationship with Ptolemy XIII deteriorated rapidly, escalating into a power struggle that threatened to plunge the kingdom into civil war. In 48 BC, I was forced to flee Egypt, seeking refuge in Rome.
This exile, though a setback, would prove to be a strategic retreat. It would provide her with the opportunity to forge an alliance with Julius Caesar, an alliance that would change the course of her life and the fate of Egypt.
In 48 BC, Julius Caesar arrived in Alexandria, drawn into the Ptolemaic dynastic struggle. Exiled from my own kingdom, I saw an opportunity to regain my throne and secure my power. Legend has it that I had myself smuggled into Caesar's presence rolled up in a carpet.
Whether this story is true or not, what is certain is that Cleopatra, with her intelligence, charm, and undeniable charisma, captivated the Roman general.
I was drawn to Cleopatra's intelligence, her political acumen, and her undeniable charm. I agreed to support her claim to the throne, a decision driven by both personal and political considerations.
The alliance between Caesar and Cleopatra was a strategic one, born out of mutual self-interest and a shared ambition for power. Caesar's intervention in the Ptolemaic dynastic dispute led to the Alexandrian War, a conflict that pitted Caesar's legions against the forces loyal to Ptolemy XIII. The war, fought amidst the streets and harbour of Alexandria, was a brutal affair, marked by fierce fighting and significant losses on both sides. Cleopatra, now Caesar's ally and lover, proved to be a valuable asset. With Caesar's military might and Cleopatra's political savvy, they emerged victorious. Ptolemy XIII was killed, and Cleopatra was restored to the throne, this time as co-ruler with her younger brother Ptolemy XIV, another pawn in the intricate game of Ptolemaic power. The relationship between Cleopatra and Caesar was more than just a love affair. It was a strategic alliance with far-reaching political implications. For Cleopatra, Caesar's support was crucial in securing her grip on power in Egypt. Caesar's military victory had restored her to the throne, and his continued backing provided her with a sense of security in the volatile world of Ptolemaic politics. For Caesar, the alliance with Cleopatra offered several advantages. Egypt was a major source of grain for Rome, and a stable, friendly Egypt was essential for maintaining order in the Roman Republic. Cleopatra, as Caesar's ally, ensured that the flow of grain to Rome remained uninterrupted. Moreover, Egypt's strategic location at the crossroads of trade routes made it a valuable asset in Caesar's growing empire. Cleopatra's relationship with Caesar also had a profound impact on her image. She was no longer seen as merely a Ptolemaic queen, but as a powerful ruler in her own right, a force to be reckoned with on the international stage. Her influence in Roman politics, though indirect, was undeniable. However, their alliance was also a source of scandal and intrigue in Rome. Caesar, already a controversial figure in Roman politics, faced criticism for his involvement with a foreign queen. Rumors of their affair and the birth of their son, Caesarion, further fueled the flames of dissent. The relationship between the Roman general and the Egyptian queen would have lasting consequences, shaping the destiny of both Rome and Egypt in the years to come.
After Caesar's assassination in 44 BC, I found myself once again in a precarious position. Rome was plunged into civil war, and my alliance with Caesar became a liability. However, I am a survivor.
Cleopatra quickly aligned herself with the emerging power in Rome, Mark Antony, one of Caesar's closest allies, and a member of the Second Triumvirate, which ruled Rome after Caesar's death. Their first meeting, in 41 BC in Tarsus, was the stuff of legends. Cleopatra, determined to make an impression, sailed up the Cydnus River in a barge adorned with gold and silver, dressed as the goddess Aphrodite. Antony, already captivated by her reputation, was smitten.
Our relationship, much like Cleopatra's with Caesar, was a complex mix of love and political expediency.
Cleopatra and Antony's affair blossomed into a passionate love affair. They spent several years together in Alexandria, indulging in lavish displays of wealth and affection. Antony, captivated by Cleopatra's charm and her lavish displays of wealth, showered her with gifts and territories, further solidifying their alliance. Their relationship, however, was not without its challenges. Antony had obligations in Rome, including a wife, Fulvia, and children. His relationship with Cleopatra and his increasingly lavish lifestyle in Egypt raised eyebrows in Rome, where he was seen as neglecting his duties. Despite the political storm brewing in Rome, Cleopatra and Antony continued their relationship, their love affair becoming a symbol of power and defiance against the growing disapproval of the Roman Senate. Despite the political turmoil and the looming threat from Rome, Cleopatra's reign was marked by a period of relative peace and prosperity in Egypt. She proved to be an able administrator, implementing policies that restored Egypt's economy and strengthened its position in the region. She oversaw ambitious building projects, revived religious festivals, and patronized the arts and sciences, further solidifying her image as a wise and benevolent ruler. Cleopatra was determined to restore Egypt to its former glory, and she skillfully used her relationship with Antony to achieve her goals.
I secured Antony's support in reclaiming territories that had been lost to the Ptolemies, expanding the kingdom's borders and influence.
Her ambition, however, was not limited to restoring Egypt's past glory. Cleopatra envisioned a powerful, independent Egypt, a major player on the world stage, not a client kingdom subservient to Rome. This vision, however, directly challenged the ambitions of Octavian, Caesar's adopted son and heir, who was emerging as the dominant force in Roman politics. The stage was set for a final confrontation, a clash of titans that would determine the fate of Egypt and the legacy of Cleopatra. The alliance between Antony and Cleopatra, initially a source of strength, ultimately proved to be their downfall. Their relationship, perceived as a threat to Roman authority, gave Octavian the justification he needed to move against them. In 31 BC, the Roman Republic and the combined forces of Antony and Cleopatra clashed in the Battle of Actium, a naval engagement off the coast of Greece. The Battle of Actium was a disaster for Antony and Cleopatra. Outmaneuvered and outgunned by Octavian's forces, their fleet was decimated. Antony and Cleopatra managed to escape back to Egypt, but their defeat at Actium marked the beginning of the end. Octavian, sensing victory, pursued Antony and Cleopatra to Egypt. Their forces, demoralized and depleted, were no match for Octavian's legions. Alexandria fell to Octavian's army in 30 BC.
Antony, believing me to be dead, fell upon his own sword.
Cleopatra, unwilling to be paraded through the streets of Rome as a trophy of Octavian's victory, took her own life. Legend has it that she died from a venomous asp bite, a dramatic end befitting the last pharaoh of Egypt. With Cleopatra's death, the Ptolemaic dynasty came to an end.